Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is May 5th, and that means day 125 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we are printing out a multi-hinged pterodactyl toy. Very cool stuff. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 125 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a fact section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. And don't forget to check out that MatterHackers affiliate link. If you're in the market for a new printer parts, or if you just need some filament, use that MatterHackers affiliate link down in the description. It kicks a little bit back to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny, and we really appreciate it. But for today's episode, we're printing out a multi-hinged pterodactyl. And before we talk about this really cool print, let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download this model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll meet back here at the workbench and we'll talk about this print. All right, everybody, here we are at Thingiverse. Here is DW Pterodactylus. And this is actually by a gentleman whose name is Dennis Wen, and he goes under the name of Fuyuan. I'm guessing that's his name. Anyway, I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this yourself. And the reason why I picked this, like I said before, was it has multiple hinges. There are a total of 9 different hinges that this will 3D print, plus a rotating shaft and knob for the headpiece. So this is a pretty cool print because it prints in place. All the parts print together with built-in hinges. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Alright, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped the model down on the print bed at 100%. We're just going to print this at original size just to see how those hinges function, and this will really check the tolerances of the gMax printer. So let me show you my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2mm layer height with 3 top, 3 bottom layers, and 3 perimeters. We also changed our first layer width to 100% just to make sure we can handle all those tolerances, and we don't have any squishing going on in that first layer that could cause those hinges to not function. We also ran a skirt at 10mm from the object at 3 outlines. For infill, I used 15% for this model, and I did not generate support material. For temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, so I use a single temperature throughout, and that's 207. And I have my 3-stage cooling system set up. Under speed, we ran this out at 40mm per second. So let's hit OK, and let's hit Prepare to Print, and I'll show you how this multi-hinged toy actually sliced, and there it is. And he did watermark this pretty good here, so you can't miss it. But if I play this through, and I'll slow it down really slow, you can see that we have 9 total hinges being 3D printed within the model, plus a knob and rotator shaft for the head. So that's a lot of hinges being printed in place. And my gMax did a stellar job on this print. So let's head over back to the workbench and let's talk about this print. Okay, so you saw my settings in Simplify 3D, and here is our little finished multi-hinged pterodactyl toy. And the reason why I'm printing this is because I really wanted to test out the tolerances of the gMax. Now, I've printed some multi-hinged or hinged items in the past, but nothing with 9 hinges in it. I mean, there's 9 hinges in this thing, and every one of them printed perfectly. All the little wings turn, the little legs turn good, even the little head spins around. And I did have a little bit of a problem. As you can see, there's a little bit of a layer shift on the knob there. During the print process, the little knob lifted off the print bed. So I reached in and I put a little bit of painter's tape on there to hold it down. So it did cause a few little layer shifts on the knob itself. But it still turns, there's no problems there. And I really love this about additive manufacturing or 3D printing, is that you can create something with a ton of little hinges in it, multiple parts, and print it all at once and have it function. I mean, come on now, there's 9 hinges in here and every one of them turns. That is awesome. And of course, using MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of Magenta was the perfect choice for our multi-hinged pterodactyl toy. And my gMax did such a stellar job. I would say my tolerances are spot on. Every one of these hinges works really great. The head turns perfectly. There are no problems there whatsoever. I probably would have put a little bit of a helper disc on this little knob part here, because when it does the knob and the shaft part, it bridges from here to here. And that'll cause a little bit of shrinkage, and that's probably why it pulled up off the board. So I put a little bit of tape in there and that solved the problem. But future prints, I would definitely suggest using a helper disc on the little knob, just so you can catch a little bit of it and give it a little bit more support when sticking to the board. But other than that, I think this thing turned out awesome, and I'm really happy with the results. Well, that about wraps it up for day 125 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys found this episode interesting and informative. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you tomorrow. Say what you will about today's print, I think this turned out pretty awesome. I've never seen this many hinges in a working 3D printable model yet. And I challenge everybody out there with a 3D printer to download and print this model. It's just a 3-hour print, it shouldn't take too long. And if your tolerances are as spot on as my gMax are, it should work just like this.